Good job by Locko right here. Just avoids the pressure, keeps the play alive, rolls to his right. Nice, easy flip, and a great catch by Harris there to get his feet down.
Harris getting some Southeast Conference looks football-wise. By Robert Shockey, a gainer out to the 49-yard line. First down for Huntington with 1 minute on the clock. Forward motion in the give to Jackson. Turns the corner and will pick up 3 or 4 yards on the play before Gage Wright came over to make the tackle. So Zaza, 5'10", 170 sophomore. Came in with just under 1,200 yards rushing on the season, 14 touchdowns. Also has 16 receptions and a pair of touchdowns. For this Huntington team that's been winning by an average of 30 points per game this year. 12-1 on the season. Only loss came in the season opener against Spring Valley. Locko dumps it in the hole. It is caught by Harris. And Harris breaks free momentarily. He wrapped up and dropped by Dylan Fleek after a 9-yard pitch and catch down to the south 42-yard line.
Give some credit there to Braden Hamilton as well, because Locko got it out quickly to Harris, and Hamilton did a great job holding up Harris there before he could break out and take out what would have been a big play.
Into the first quarter. And it was highlight filled despite just 3 points on that 20-yard field goal from Micah Jones. And the Patriots of Parkersburg South, we head to the second quarter on top by a field goal.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
State High School Super 6 football championships are presented by CEC, Civil and Environmental Consultants, big firm capabilities, small firm culture. South on top, 3-0 in this game. Huntington will have a third down and a yard as play resumes at the south 42-yard line. Locko sends Harris across the formation. Quick pitch on the option. Jackson turns the corner. First down and more. Jackson up the near sideline, and it'll be shoved out of bounds by Tristan Walker down to the 24-yard line.
That's just straight speed and athleticism on the outside. Parkersburg South was there. Zaza just ran around them and picked up the first down.
Let's talk about Huntington's tempo. They don't want to slow it down per se. They certainly want to play a lot slower in South. That's the way you beat this team.
It is. Keep that explosive offense on the field. In the first quarter, Billy Seals has to be thrilled. Kept the ball for 7 minutes. Had some clock-chewing drives, especially that first one. So if you can do that, keep the ball, keep the clock, and then punch it in for points, that's ideal for Huntington.
If you look at Parkersburg South's lone loss this season, that was at home to Bridgeport. The Indians doubled up Parkersburg South in time of possession. From the 24, play action. Locko looks. Everyone's covered downfield, trying to keep the play alive, doing his best Shockey impersonation. Jump pass, and it is a sliding catch with a flag down. Probably going to have linemen down the field, I would imagine. But for now, it's a gain to the 19-yard line. Flag pending on that sliding catch by Avante Crawford.
That may not hold, but that's as fun a play as you'll see right there. Great job by Laco to keep it alive.
Do we have two fun quarterbacks to watch in this one or what?
Absolutely.
Carbon copies of each other. So the flag came in.
Ineligible man.
After the throw.
Downfield, number 6 of the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. First down.
As we suspected, tough to ask your lineman, especially with a running quarterback. They don't know if Laco's going to try to turn the corner and run.
Right, and that looked like he was trying to get the ball out quickly, so those linemen were expected to head downfield.
Look at that shot from Laco right in the midsection. Demetrius Earhart laying the lumber. All right, loss of 5 on the penalty. 1st and 15. Gavitt in the pocket, floats it over the middle, and that catch will stand as it goes right back on back-to-back plays to Crawford. Avante, the sophomore, climbs the ladder.
Good protection, great catch in hands, because Tristan Walker defensively is in there trying to knock that thing away.
Huntington gains back the penalty yardage, +4. Under 11 minutes to play until halftime. 3-0 Parkersburg South. Huntington, they're trying to get their second red zone opportunity of this game. Laco on the quarterback counter, and Gearhart was waiting on him. Gets him at the 23-yard line. Loss of 2 on that run.
It was just a good job defensively. A bunch of traffic in the middle there. Parkersburg was all bunched up in the middle to try and cut down that exact play.
3rd down and 9. And if Huntington does not pick up another yard, this would be a 40-yard field goal if they attempted it with Johnny Iai watching him in pregame kick from this distance of about 40 yards, and he certainly has the leg. Laco's in trouble, can't take the sack, and he does. He is sacked on the play as Brandon Bean takes down Laco, now out of field goal range, back to the 37, just right up the middle.
That's tremendous coverage right there. Huntington tried to leak the 2 backs out. They had Jackson and Harris in the backfield, tried to leak them out, and Parkersburg South just blew it up with that pressure.
So Huntington will have to punt as Thomas Keller will come on. Mason Reams drops deep to receive. And here's the punt. That's Tavion Wilson actually punting the ball, and it sails out of bounds. And Tavion didn't get off his best effort there. That's when you go and say, boy, this wind's really blowing into.
That's a tough matchup into that wind, and you could see it. As soon as that ball went up, it just hit a wall up there.
7-yard punt. So Parkersburg South with field position in a 3-0 lead when we come back.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Looking for a wide selection of casual sportswear that's both stylish and comfortable? Then come to Daniels of Morgantown. Styles for the golf course, the game, or just hanging out with family and friends. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown. right suit or sport coat speaks volumes about the person wearing it. At Daniels of Morgantown, we know what makes you look your best. The right fit, the right color, the right style, no matter what the occasion. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown.
Windy day here at Wheeling Island Stadium at Parkersburg South, out to a 3-0 lead on Huntington. And the 3 points Park South has on the board set up on a long run from Cyrus Traw. Taking over at their own 5-yard line. Traw breaks off a 65-yard run to set up the field goal. As Travis mentioned earlier, a couple of Division I football offers for Traw at Youngstown State and Jacksonville State. And this is actually Traw's second state championship game in this calendar year. He was a member of the Parkersburg South basketball team that fell to Morgantown in the Class Quad A title game back in March.
Trawl has 100 yards at least receiving in 6 of the last 8 games, and now Walker's in trouble, and he's going to have to playground football, break a tackle, and boy, Huntington has had a couple of chances here in big-time negative yardage plays against South, and they've allowed the Patriots to get out of the barn.
I'm not quite sure how Gage right there kept that play alive. Gained positive yards on that, Travis. He was stopped 4 different times behind the line.
Gain of 3, second down, 7 on the sprint out, and a diving catch is made by Garrettson at the 36-yard line. Again, we have 2 coaches' challenges available in this game on touchdowns, turnovers, catch, no catch. Shockey rolls out, looking for the stick, holding behind the play, and Shockey will have the first down, but just for a moment, as this is going to come back on a holding penalty. Trenton Williams might indeed be the guilty party because he was the one that stuck his hands out. So I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you see this on the edge. We get to replay here.
Holding. On the offense, number 69. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Third down.
So you see it right on the outside there. Trenton got his hands extended just a little bit. Did a good job trying to sell it, though. He got the hands off there quickly and got him up.
Garrett was the offended party. All right, 3rd and long. First 3rd and long the Parkersburg South has faced thus far. First 3rd down conversion as well. Traw with the catch. And is able to make something happen, but needed 15 and won't get there. I believe Ty Jr. will force the Parkersburg South punt for the first time.
That's a great catch. That was very nearly an interception. Not much else Park South could do there. Huntington went with a 3-high safety look. They weren't going to let anything get deep on that play.
So Robert Shockey will drop the punt, averaging 34 yards per punt, long of 49 on the season. Shockey gets rid of it. Harris doesn't field it. Instead, it takes a Parkersburg South big roll and will die inside the 10 down at the 9-yard line. So you talk about a field flipper for Robert Shockey. So he gets off a rocket shot down to the 10-yard line. 7:47 to play until halftime. Huntington with the ball back, trailing by 3.
It's the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi. Get power, safety features, and bold style, plus an industry-leading 10-year warranty. Check out the all-new Outlander PHEV, or drive a 2023 Outlander today, starting at $27,595. Let's go to the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi.
Welcome to your home among the hills. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, you'll unearth new passions, be exposed to fresh perspectives, and find what drives you. This place of discovery is where you can become a scientist, a leader, an athlete, a performer, a friend. Opportunity opportunities include research, internships, and study abroad. Plus, our vibrant community makes for experiences you'll never forget. Discover yourself at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
Switch to CAS Cable for fast and reliable high-speed internet. Work, stream, and game without lag, buffering, or downtime. With different speeds to choose from, we have the perfect package to fit your needs. And we offer a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you don't need to worry about data usage. Go to cascable.com and make the switch to local service today.
7:47 to play until halftime. South on top of Huntington 3-0. And of course, we promised you a lot of offense. So it stands to reason that it's 3-0.
Just 3-0 here in the first quarter. Huntington's done a great job on Parkersburg South on third downs. Patriots just 1 of 4 in trying to convert those third downs so far.
First and 10, Huntington. Locko is back, takes a deep shot, and a pass nearly caught just over the outreached hands of the tight end, Brian Jones.
Just a little bit too far right there because the receivers were open deep. That had the potential for a big play. But I like that shot from this standpoint. You got to do something to loosen up this Parkersburg South defense. Just under 4 yards per carry so far for Huntington. You got to do something to try and back out that middle.
Locko now 5 of 8 through the air, 44 yards. It's a second down and 10. Low snap. Locko is right back to the left side, but Cyrus Trawl is all over that short completion. Pulled in by Wayne Harris. No gain, 3rd and 10.
This is a great defensive play by Trawl. Sniff that out right away.
Third down and 10. Huntington 50% on third down conversions to start this game. Locko steps up, now he's going to run. Needs a block, gets it, first down. Chased out by Garrettson at the 26-yard line. 16 yards on the scamper for Gavin Locko.
There's where he's so dangerous. Parkersburg South did a great job on pressure, which you want on third down. Locko available just to step up and take off and pick it up himself.
He's a quarterback that has started since his sophomore season, led Huntington to a 3-6 record. That was the COVID-affected year. He's a Dayton football commit. His dad, Steve, also played for the Flyers in football. Time a hand sweep to Jackson. Jackson with speed. And Shockey on a high tackle gets him to the ground at the 40. Jackson, the sophomore, moves the sticks on back-to-back 10-plus run plays for Huntington.
You can see Huntington here, Travis, huddling up, taking its time offensively, looking to work some clock as well as move it down the field.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I had to pay like $4 for it.
Locko, deep drop, surveys. Has Harris, just missed him on a crossing route over the middle. Down at the 45-yard line. It got in behind the backers in front of the safeties. Locko with a rare misfire on an open receiver.
You think he thought it would be fucking?
Probably wasn't used to it. He didn't have a lot of pressure that time. Parkersburg South showed it and then dropped back in. Plenty of time to throw.
All right, man.
Martinsburg team last week went to Huntington and saw their dominance in. The Bulldogs are 0-3 in their last 3 playoff road games over a very long span because typically the Bulldogs don't lose and don't leave Coburn Field. Late throw, and the pass is going to be incomplete, but a flag will come out. Gage Wright and Tristan Walker defending on the play.
think they're going to get Walker coming straight over the back with his hand to knock it off. We'll have to see this on replay. It looked like a good play in real time. He did have to come over the receiver, though, to get the hand.
Yeah, Billy already... On the defense, number 3. Billy already 15 yards from the previous spot. Penalty was called. First down.
They called on Walker. Now, this South team is heavily penalized this season as we take another look at the PI call.
We didn't make the catch.
Walker, slow down for you here a little bit. Did play the ball, but had to come through the wide receiver to do it. The South is averaging 11 penalties for 101 yards this season. Jackson on the pitch out, and Cyrus Trawl comes up. And he is angry. Makes the tackle across midfield, back at the 49-yard line, loss of 5.
Boy, you saw the speed, the anticipation. Great job by the D-line to string that, and Straw just shot up from his corner position to make the big hit.
Tackle for Cyrus Trawl, loss of 5 on the play. The South's defense.
Well, that was textbook, wasn't it, Travis? Defensive line made you go lateral. Trawl snipped it out and was right there.
South has not surrendered a lot of points in the first half of the postseason this year. Swing pass out. Jackson tripped up. Just getting just a piece and just enough was Dylan Fleet.
That's a great job by Fleet, because that looked like it was going for a big play. Did just enough to get him by the knee and trip him up there.
One hand, one kneecap, and that was enough on a gain of a yard out to midfield. 450, and Huntington needs 14 yards on third down. Locko, deep shot, off the fingertips of Harris down at the 4-yard line. Well, Harris with a little extra burst there right at the end of that route. He looked like he was well guarded, but just kept running and finally got some separation.
That ball was put out there nicely, right on his hands. That's where you want it. That's who you want it going to. Harris just not able to pull it in as the ball maybe drifted just a tad away from Harris right at the end.
Javion Wilson was on the punt. His first effort went 7 yards and out of bounds. They bring the house. This one gets off a better kick. Trawl ranges, makes the catch. Trawl dances, breaks a tackle, trying to get to the edge. Here he comes over the 20. Trawl near sideline to the 40. Tries to hurdle a man. Goes down and gets hit late at the 43-yard line. And we'll have some pushing and shoving after the play, but the players get separated, and we have no markers down.
What a return right there by Trawl. He had nothing available to him and turned that into a big play.
And the punter Wilson hit him. And then Carson Carter came in late. And Parkersburg South will have 3 timeouts in which to work at 4:14 on the clock.
Yeah, Huntington catches a break there. That wasn't a late hit out of bounds. Trawl clearly on the turf when he was hit. Well, he's electric, isn't he? With the ball in his hands.
Doesn't need a lot of room. He creates his own. He's got a great stiff arm.
See if you're Nate Tanner here. You're trying to take advantage of that big play with some emotion and momentum on your side here. Try and strike fast.
Shockey looks over. Plenty of time on the huddle clock. 16 seconds. As Gage right to his left. And Shockey's going to run into the short side of the field. Gets a nice seal block and gets spun at the 46-yard line by Jordan Price after a gain of 3. So Trawl had that 63-yard run. Wright has 42 yards, and Shockey now on his 7th carry of the afternoon. It's around 20 yards net. 20-yard field goal from Micah Jones, the only scoring thus far. And off to Wright. won't be touched until he's down to the Huntington 46-yard line, and that'll be a South first down.
That's another good play design right there. You have some motion and a counter there to try and keep the linebackers' eyes. They're not quite sure where the ball's going. You saw them frozen, and it allows the run right up the middle.
This time Shockey pulls it, keeps it, and he'll be mauled after he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. First on the scene was Jazarian Jackson. No gain for Robert Shockey on that run.
We haven't seen Traw in the receiving game yet, have we, Travis? He's run the football. I don't think he's caught a pass yet.
He's got one on that little pitch pass forward down in the red zone. Right up the middle. Have a South first down to the 33.
See, that's another good formation right there. They put trips to the short side of the field and then ran it back the other way to take advantage of the fewer defenders on that side.
Here's Traw. Traw moving forward. Has the ball stripped, but it goes out of bounds at the 30. Defensive play by Walt Williams to strip that away from him at the 30-yard line after a gain of 3.
And there's another example of first down for Park South and trying to go really fast on the next play.
South unbalanced to the left. Shockey runs to the right and tripped up on a great defensive play and low tackle from Gavin Locko. That little quarterback on quarterback crime.
Yeah,
there.
he and Locko, because he runs that play himself, he recognized it, shot through there like he was shot out of a cannon. Great play.
Loss of a couple for Robert Shockey.
You could tell he just said, I know that play. I know where this is going. I got it.
I've seen this before. Third down and 9. Again, South has all 3 timeouts remaining, so the clock is not an issue at the moment for the Patriots. However, the 9 yards they need on third down is. Shockey spins the ball, floats it, and it was nearly intercepted. Zaza Jackson camped out under it at the 16-yard line, could not make the catch, and that would have been Shockey's second pick of this first half.
Wow, what a break. He saw where he wanted to go. He's trying to get into Traw, and the ball just sails on him. Zaza won't drop many of those. May have taken his eye off it at the last second because Traw was closing on him. That was a golden opportunity for a pick right there.
Fourth down and 9. Robert Shockey, 6 of 8, just 26 yards through the air in the interception. Shockey looks for Traw. Now he's going to try to tuck and run. Huntington closes in on him, tries to get to the outside, and Shockey is pulled down by Khalif Ty Jr. It'll be a loss back to the 36, and the Huntington defense stands up and turns South away with 2:14 to play, and now the Highlanders will come back the other way with 2 timeouts.
Great defensive possession. There was nobody open to throw it to. Shockey had to pull it down, but nowhere to run either. Credit both of these defenses. We've seen it multiple times today. Offenses are moving the ball down the field, and the defense steps up with a stop, forcing a 3rd and 4th and long, and get themselves off the field.
2:14 as the wind is again picked up. Yeah, it's a crosswind, so it really doesn't favor either team. If you throw something to the left, it's going to angle back to the right a bit. Locko, free blitzer coming at it, avoids the rush. Cranks and fires up the sideline, and the ball is intercepted. Picked off by Tristan Walker. Locko throws a pick. Returns it out to the 46-yard line.
Surprised by the decision there by Locko. I know he's just trying to make something happen, but throws it up there into traffic. Great play by Walker. Parkersburg South now with this fast offense still has plenty of time with 2 minutes remaining and some timeouts left here to try and get some points on the board.
Yeah, if Walker didn't pick that one, Hamilton would have.
And you saw Billy Seals there as Locko was coming off the field saying, just take it underneath or throw it away right there. No need to try and throw it into the middle of the field into traffic.
Yeah, credit also Braden Whipke. He came free on the blitz. Number 7 was chasing. In trouble. He breaks free, tries to get to the near sideline, giving 2 yards yard line. Big loss on the play, relentless. Gavin Atkins, the defensive tackle, chases him down back to the 33-yard line.
That started with the mishandled snap there through the whole momentum of the playoff.
Loss of 13. And Parkersburg South will take the first of their 3 timeouts with 1:45 to play until halftime. What a great job these defensive units have done.
It's been fantastic. Well, you said it earlier. We came into this game talking offense, offense, offense. Yet the story in the first half is how well and aggressive these defenses have both played.
You look down there at both those huddles. You got a lot of tired young guys out there right now. Guys bent over, hands on hips. It has been an emotional, straining first half of football.
You wonder if that big play right there changes what Nathan Tanner wants to do offensively now here with just 1:45 left. You're backed up a little bit here. You don't want to turn over. You don't want to give a big play back to Huntington.
And you got to be thinking Billy Seals is thinking, I got 2 timeouts in my hip pocket here. They're at a 2nd and 23, so play this right, you can get your quarterback back the ball here with a chance and a great kicker. And Johnny Ii to try to maybe get this game even going in the locker room at least. But you got to be leery because you know South's just 1 play away. All right, 2nd down for Shockey. Play action. Ducks under a sack, loses the ball, he was stripped, and Huntington's going to recover at the 26-yard line. Toppling on the football is Cesarian Jackson. So Shockey ducks under that sack, but then has the ball knocked free.
And that's what we're talking about here. You didn't want to give up the big turnover, and yet you did. Shockey, again, just trying to make something happen, which has been his MO this year, and he's been so good about it. That ball was just hanging out there just a bit.
And Brian Jones, number 8, who got his hand in there and knocked it away. So Shockey turns it over, and Huntington's defense sets up their offense in a golden opportunity with a pair of timeouts at 1:38. And they'll start this drive almost on the verge of field goal range. Laco just threw the pick on 1st down on the last drive. Going to straight run this one. Gets a nice block from Jackson. Takes it inside the 20. Breaks the tackle. Dances his way down to the 8 before Garrettson runs up his back. It's a 1st and goal for Huntington.
Well, you said it right there. Watch number 5 out on the edge. Jackson, the leading blocker, turns this into a pancake block that springs Laco over the left side.
Great block there. You saw Zaza.
I'm not sure he has the size, but Matt Moore's down there. You might want to take a look at that technique there by Jackson, play offensive line.
He's going to have to eat a lot the next couple of years. Just a sophomore. Now Jackson carries it. Hull closes nicely at the 5-yard line. Excellent job to close that one up quickly was Whipke. So now Huntington. Again, 2 timeouts, clock rolling at 50 seconds, 2nd and goal from the 5, so they can take their time here.
Well, and they are. Plenty of time. They're huddling up still. Clock moving 43 and counting here.
Crawford out wide to the right. Laco hands it to Jackson, run blitz, gauge right, guessed right, and takes him down at the 7-yard line. That's a loss of 2. Clock is still running, and now Huntington will stop it.
What a great play by Wright. Just off the edge, unblocked on the right side of your screen. Comes in and makes a huge play. Now you got a little pressure here on Huntington, down with just 23 seconds remaining.
They're down 3-0. And again, your call here on 3rd down, you want to be controlled. Gamble, a controlled gamble, if you will, because you're in field goal range. Don't want to give up the 3 that you feel like with Johnny Ii you've got available to you.
Given the ball at the 7, you're right. This is one of those where you're probably going to throw the ball, but you're pretty clear here to Gavin Laco. If it is not there, throw that thing out of bounds and do not turn it over here.
23 seconds remaining, but right now the down's more important for Huntington. They face a 3rd down And goal to go from the 7 after the right tackle for loss.
Now the flip side, if you're Parkersburg South and you can hold Huntington to just a field goal here, you're thrilled going into halftime. This will be Harris split to the bottom of your screen here. Should have single coverage out here. Look for him for a slant in the middle of the field, Travis. That should be there.
Locko's going to roll his way. Late pressure, throws it into the end zone. Pass caught for the Huntington touchdown. That's Graves, the running back, who was working the back line, and Huntington takes the lead.
It's another good play design there. You brought Harris across. The defense was drawn to him on that post that we talked about. Slipped in right behind him for the wide open pass in the corner of the end zone. Great play call there.
An extra point for Johnny Ii to try to give Huntington a 7-3 lead with 18 seconds remaining until halftime. Great job by the holder on the wide snap to set it down, and the kick from Ii is good. Jackson Hatfield, the sophomore, backup quarterback, did a great job getting the placement down, and Johnny Ii adds the extra point as Huntington capitalizes on that shocky fumble. 4 plays, 26 yards, and the Highlanders take a late lead here in the second quarter. 7-3 on Locko's 34th touchdown toss of the season. For Graves, that's just his second touchdown catch of the year.
I just, again, like that play design because you split Harris out wide there. When you brought him across the middle, that forces that safety to have to hold, and they just ran right in behind him. Excellent time to break that play out.
Yeah, Graves was lined up in the backfield next to Locko. There you see him, and he just kind of leaks out there. It was actually in the slot and scrapes along the back line for the touchdown.
That's a big touchdown right there, not just for the obvious reason that it puts him on top, but just from a momentum swing right there. Parkersburg South is what, a minute and a half from going in up 3-0 in this game, then to have that gut punch come here right at the end of the half.
Yeah, because South, despite just a 3-0 lead, they felt like they've probably controlled this first half of play.
And yet now if you're Huntington and you're Billy Seals when you go in, you just say, listen, guys, that's exactly what we wanted to do. Had the ball for 14 minutes in the first half, go into halftime with the lead.
Ii sky kick taken by Gage Wright. Wright might have something here over the 40, 45, 50, and Johnny Ii comes over and bumps him out of bounds with 11 seconds at the 44-yard line. So the sky kick was well executed by Ii, but the coverage was not. They allowed Wright to get around the edge, and the kicker had to save the bacon.
I've been looking at that flag all morning. I can't tell, is that blowing this direction? Is it sideways? Is it into the corner of the end zone?
Yes.
If it's blowing, yes, all of those?
Yes.
Because if you can get some time here to throw, get the wind behind you a little bit, try and push it down the field here, a couple big plays.
Jones's longest field goal on the season is 31 yards, the senior, so you need probably 25 to even consider that here. 11 seconds. Shockey underneath. Cyrus Trawl surrounded, and he lost the football. It was stripped away. It's still loose. It's picked up by Huntington. Here comes the return, spinning with the clock at 000. Tie on the return, but that will go in the book as the third Parkersburg South turnover this first half. As Cyrus Trawl just trying to make something happen, have the ball stripped away.
There was tons of white shirts around him. That's a good job there by Gage Wright to make that tackle before that turned into another big play right at the end of the half.
The Huntington defense, the story of that first half, as the Highlanders will take a 7-3 lead into the locker room here at halftime on that late touchdown toss for Locko and Graves. And the defense, once again, after a nice kickoff return from Gage Wright, slams the door on the Parkersburg South offense. So we'll go to halftime. 7-3 our score. Huntington on top of the top seed, Parkersburg South at the break.
Mechanics Insurance knows West Virginia, and we understand how much all of our high school teams and athletes mean to the communities that we have served for more than 100 years. That's why we're proud of our partnership with the West Virginia SSAC. Their commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship is the key to future success. Protecting what matters most to you. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, a proud partner of the West Virginia SSAC.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Parmar store. From gas to grocery, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Parmar Stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Parmar Stores. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
At Greer Industries, we make the roads you drive on safer with skid-resistant asphalt. We make the water you drink cleaner with our abundant supply of hydrated lime. We entertain and inform through all types of media. And we designed one of the world's most recognized golf courses. We're Greer Industries, a family-owned company with over 110 years of commitment to making your life better.
Wouldn't it be nice to start your day with a homemade breakfast and a freshly ground whole bean roasted cup of coffee? Well, at Tudor's Biscuit World, every day starts with freshly cracked eggs, sizzling bacon and sausage, and you can't forget the mouth-watering made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits, hot from the oven.
Stop by today and enter to win a Ford F-150 or $100 Tudor's gift card. No purchase necessary.
Looks great. Tastes better. Tudor's Biscuit World.
Huntington leading 7-3 here at halftime of the Class AAA state championship game at Wheeling Island Stadium. The second of 3 championship games this weekend. We've still got the single A game, Williamstown and James Monroe coming up a little bit later on tonight here on Metro News. Back with Brad Howe. How about that Huntington defense? 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles from Shockey and a fumble and an interception from Shockey and a fumble from Cyrus Troll.
Tremendous job defensively, obviously. You got a Parkersburg South team that comes in here averaging 65 points per game in the playoffs, and you hold them till 3. Can't say enough about that Highlander defense there in the first half.
Yeah, Parkersburg South defense played extremely well, but put in a tough spot there after the turnover, had to hold Huntington out of the end zone.
Yeah, they did, and that was a great job by Huntington to be able to cash that in and punch it in. They go into halftime doing exactly what they wanted to in the first half. Controlled time of possession, and they go in with a lead.
Yeah, Huntington gets the ball to start the third quarter of play. How big is that drive going to be? This South team is not used to being down, much less by double digits.
Yeah, and that's the challenge that they have right now, and Huntington's obviously going to try and apply pressure, get up another score if they can, and then really make Parkersburg South have to press.
All right, now Huntington on top 7-3 in this contest, and you're enjoying halftime here from Wheeling Island Stadium, and let's enjoy the Highlander marching band from Huntington High School.
We take pride that you don't care what we do, because by providing you with secure cloud services, expert IT support, thanks guys, innovative technology like medical imaging, and a whole host of printing capabilities, we focus on the process so you can focus on what you really care about,
your business.
Comax Business Systems, 304-744-7440.
Today we're going to be showing you how to create a quick and easy charcuterie board for your friends and family. To make an awesome charcuterie board, we're featuring items found here at the Purple Onion. The items we're using is our asparagus and Italian cheese pesto, our basil pesto, and our sweet red pepper and jalapeno bruschetta. Use your leftover products to take your pasta dish to the next level. Stop by the Purple Onion, a unique and unexpected store inside the Capitol Market.
When the occasion says formal, Daniels of Morgantown has you covered. From black tie elegance to colors and combinations that will make you shine long into the night. Weddings, proms, parties, and so much more. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown. There is a common thread that connects us. Pride in our communities, our local businesses, and our state. And there's one voice you've trusted for 8 decades to keep you connected. West Virginia Radio Corporation.
From politics to snowstorms, from epic wins to heartbreaking losses, West Virginia Radio Corporation has been there.
As our clients' needs have changed, we have remained on the cutting edge to address those needs. And along the way, we've become much more than just a radio company. Now we are becoming WVRC Media.
WVRC Media will build on its unending commitment to serve the people, businesses, charities, and communities that make our state and surrounding areas so special.
WVRC Media will offer our customers a vast array of tools, including the powerful Metro News network that's been recognized by its national peers for sustained success.
The local coverage of our 33 radio stations that connect our communities on a deep level.
And a video production company that has been awarded prestigious Emmy Awards for commercials, documentaries, and live sports programming.
WVRC Media will also offer a full suite of digital marketing tools and strategies to help any customer in today's ever-changing social and digital world.
The digital division provides an opportunity to hyper-focus your message to best reach who you intend to see and hear your message.
Over our 80-plus years of being in business, one thing has not changed. Our commitment to serve and connect the people of the communities that we're proud to call home. We are WVRC Media. We're proud to live here too.
The crazy part was she was trying to fuck what's her name at the time?
Welcome back to the Super 6 weekend in footballs. We take a quick look back at some of the fall sports for the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Young men and young ladies participating in a number of athletic programs and sports and championships across the WVSSAC field. Congratulations to our farmers and mechanics. It's not all about athletics, it's about academics as well. And our achievement team winners handed out every year. They were honored on the field before the Class AAA state championship games. You take a look at some of the team sport winners, the individual sport winners now also appearing on your screen for athlete, band, and community service. Congratulations to each and every one of those deserving student athletes across our great state. Welcome back upstairs on a windy here day in Wheeling. This is tough on us guys that still have some hair left.
Exactly.
To get blown around here. It's been a little blustery in this first half. Bernie Dolan joins me now, the executive director of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. And Bernie, as you saw, very successful so far. I know we're not completely to the end of the fall sports cycle, but congratulations to your staff and, of course, our principals and athletic directors and the students.
Certainly has been a great fall, and we were a little worried about the weather at the beginning of today, but it's fallen into place just like the rest of the weeks, and certainly have had great tournaments, and this has been a doozy so far.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, coming up next weekend, I believe, is the state cheer championships.
That'll be our final championship for the fall. Will be the cheer state championships, and that'll be at Marshall, the arena there. And pretty excited, a lot of excitement there. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a great competition, and as we mentioned last night already, girls basketball is underway. We've got teams playing today across the state. Boys in their scrimmage situations right now, and they'll tip it off here in a week or so.
There's always a lot of transition from one to the other, and you know, you're finishing up, want to be excited, but you also see the new sports coming on, and it's a whole new group of kids excited.
Bernie finally went to 4 classifications a few years ago in high school basketball, and I know that brought a lot of excitement to Charleston, and we will remind folks ticket sales will be happening very soon for March.
They will, and they'll be online, and also you'll be able to get a better deal earlier. So after February 1st, the prices will go up at the Civic Center, so we want you to get them early. All
right, sounds good. So watch out for those early bird specials, and thanks for joining us upstairs, Bernie. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's listen in. The award-winning Parkersburg South Marching Band takes us forward.
We take pride that you don't care what we do, because by providing you with secure cloud services, expert IT support, thanks guys, innovative technology like medical imaging, and a whole host of printing capabilities.
We focus on the process, so you can focus on what you really care about, your business.
Comax Business Systems, 304-744-7440.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
At Greer Industries, we make the roads you drive on safer with skid-resistant asphalt. We make the water you drink cleaner with our abundant supply of hydrated lime. We entertain and inform through all types of media. And we designed one of the world's most recognized golf courses. We're Greer Industries, a family-owned company with over 110 years of commitment to making your life better.
In a busy world filled with so many choices, some choices can be simple, like choosing your insurance company. When something bad happens, we want a company with stability and experience. That's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. Since 1877, Farmers and Mechanics has provided West Virginians reliable protection for all their insurance needs. The rock-solid guard of protection for over 140 years. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi. Get power, safety features, and bold style, plus an industry-leading 10-year warranty. Check out the all-new Outlander PHEV, or drive a 2023 Outlander today, starting at $27,595. Let's go to the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi.
Everyone work at home, but like they're not actually doing any new. They're not actually doing any new work. How can they do their
gorgeous December weekend in the northern panhandle of the state. 7-3 Huntington leading Parkersburg South at halftime at Class AAA state championship game. Welcome back. Joe Picado has joined us here. He's been following West Virginia high school sports, of course, all season and every season for us. And Joe, we got some great storylines here in Class AAA.
Yeah, we had a tremendous semifinal matchups where the top 4 seeds all advanced to the semifinals. So of all the brackets, this was the one that held most to script. We always have the discussion about which is the superior conference every year, the Mountain State Athletic Conference or the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Well, each conference had 3 teams get to the quarters. 4 out of the 6 EPAC teams earned playoff spots, and 5 out of the 10 in the MSAC earned playoff spots as well. A quality postseason field this year, a significant improvement to recent years where 15 out of the 16 playoff teams had winning records. And nobody's perfect. For the first time since 2001, no Class AAA teams went unbeaten during the regular season. We chronicled it all on the top plays segment every week throughout the year. We'll take a look at the top plays for the year in Class AAA. From 10 to 1, we proudly present the Metro News Top Plays of the Year in Class AAA. Play 10, George Washington facing Hurricane in the quarterfinal round, Abe Fenwick on the slant, and Anthony Valentine with a brilliant one-handed catch in stride. Valentine is tackled just short of the goal line on a huge passing play. Play 9, the state's fastest athlete doesn't need much time to cover 72 yards. In week 4 at University, Wheeling Park's Jeray Hawkins with an interception return for a touchdown. Play 8, the decisive play in University's 19-14 win at Fairmont Senior, Luke Hudson to future Mountaineer Noah Braham. Great catch in traffic for the game-winning 61-yard touchdown. Play 7, we could use any number of plays this year from Jameer Hunter of Martinsburg. This may be the best. In week 7 against Riverside, Ohio, Hunter with an 80-yard punt return for a touchdown, breaking several tackle attempts along the way. Play 6, in week 5, Musselman outlasted Morgantown 36-33. The game-winning touchdown was set up by this tremendous scramble by Baden Hartman, and Braden Miller reels in the pass to set the stage for the game winner. Play 5, Huntington's Gavin Locko and Dwayne Harris took up residence in the top plays this year. In their game-winning drive from the semifinal win over Martinsburg, Harris makes a tremendous 31-yard catch, outdueling the defender. Play 4, a second selection from University High in week 7, Jaden Hammock with impressive elevation and concentration and a one-handed interception. Play 3, plays don't come much longer than this. In Martinsburg's week 2 win against Musselman, Murphy Clement halfway beyond his goal line. He is off to the races. This is a 99.5-yard touchdown run for the Bulldogs. Play 2, we stay in week 2 and stay in the Eastern Panhandle. Isaiah Fritz of Jefferson over the middle. He makes a brilliant one-handed catch in traffic for the Cougars. And for Play of the Year honors, we return to the George Washington Hurricane quarterfinal game. Mondrell Dean with a man's run. He plows through several would-be tacklers, and 56 yards later, Dean wins the foot race to the end zone. Hurricane senior Mondrell Dean at the top of the list with a Metro News Class AAA top play.
To come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Ready?
It doesn't matter if you play hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The health plan is a proud partner with the West Virginia SSAC and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
mounts in your spirit and style with the area's most complete selection of comfortable game day apparel, outerwear, half zips, and so much more. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Are there really still more ads, bro? This is like the 10th time we should be
All right, halftime 7-3. Huntington on top of Parkersburg South by 4 here at the break. Highlanders will get the ball to start the third quarter of play. Well, some highlights, some offensive highlights, but a lot of defensive highlights in this first half, including the interception by Wayne Harris.
Yeah, that's been the story there for the first half, is the turnovers by Parkersburg South. Huntington doing a great job defensively.
Yeah, Lacco, that was a first down play. There was a double coverage. And the interception, the only turnover of the first half. Tristan Walker with the pick. Shockey has been under some pressure. Ball knocked away and tipped away and recovered. Shockey threw an interception. Also had a fumble, as you saw, and that led to the touchdown toss to Graves from Lacco.
Yeah, and the turnovers have been story number 1 for this Huntington defense. But story number 2 is holding Shockey in check. For a guy that ran for almost 1,200 yards this year, Travis, 11 carries, minus 6 yards, and I know you take in sacks, but that's a tremendous job of keeping him bottled up in the first half.
Yeah, neither team able to really get the ground game going. You should take a look at that first half of play. You know, Parkersburg South, 119, but keep in mind, 63 of that came on one run from Cyrus Trawl.
Yeah, check that number out right there on third down conversions. 1 of 5 for Parkersburg South. So in order to go fast and have that tempo have an effect, what do you have to do, Trav? You got to keep those sticks moving, and they weren't able to in the first half.
The only points from Parkersburg South came from a 20-yard field goal from Micaiah Jones that gave South a 3-0 lead. Huntington scored that touchdown late in the first half of play to take a 7-3 lead here as we start quarter number 3. Wheeling Island Stadium. Got another Wood County team coming up tonight in the Williamstown Yellow Jackets against the Mavericks of James Monroe. Tonight at 7 o'clock. Now the wind has been on and off this entire game, and right now it is on. This is probably the most steady it has been. It is a definite crosswind, so kickers want to kick it low. Jones does. It's fielded at the 30. On a return is Lacco, and he'll get himself some great starting field position. Bring the ball out to the 47-yard line, and that's where Huntington will go to work. Lacco's numbers in the first half, 9 of 14, 47 yards, a touchdown, interception. Also had 9 carries for 50 yards, an average of nearly 6 yards per carry. Huntington High School. 27th season of football, 56% win percentage. They've won 21 of 37 postseason games. Earned their 3rd state title in the new school. The old Huntington High School lost in the mid-60s twice in the championship game. They'll start this third quarter with a run for Lacco, and he'll cross midfield down to the south 48-yard line.
And that's been there today, which you see just a little fake to the outside to hold the linebackers, and then straight up the middle. Parkersburg South has been leaving center Robbie Martin uncovered for a lot of this half. Lacco taking advantage of that hole right off the bat.
8 of 5, second down and 5. For Huntington at the 48-yard line. Key drive here in this third quarter. Huntington trying to build on their lead, and that pass is deflected. Great job by Dylan Fleet to get a hand on it and just change the trajectory of the ball heading towards Wayne Harris. Third down and 5 facing Huntington. So their third down conversion rate's been good, 4 of 7 in the first half. Fully loaded gun for Locko. Jackson goes in motion. Locko is back right over the middle. He missed a wide open Harris. Instead, he went deeper down the field, and the pass is incomplete. Did you see that? Locko had Harris wide open right down the middle, but he was locked in on the deeper wide receiver. Sheffield missed on that one, and Huntington will be forced to punt.
What a big defensive possession there by Parkersburg South, getting Huntington not only off the field, but off the field quickly before they could chew more of that clock. Excellent first stand of the half.
Tavion Wilson will come on to punt for the third time, and he gets off a beauty that is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. That's Cyrus Trawl trying to get to the outside. He does, but on an angle, Huntington gets him down at the 16-yard line.
He is just so dynamic with the ball. 36, Carson Carter is right there. You can't be in better punt coverage position with Trawl. A couple moves, he's right around the edge.
Bryce Wakefield, a freshman, was able to get him down at the 16-yard line. And Parkersburg South will have it. Shockey, 7 of 9, 40 yards through the air. And the rushing totals for Shockey, as Brad mentioned, 11 carries, -6 yards. Wright takes the handoff. Has a crease and will click off 7 yards on first down. It's been right, outstanding year, but really has been good in the postseason. Mentioned 13 rushing touchdowns in the last 4 games, at 130 yards on 13 carries last week in the November Hurricane. Well, here's Wright again, getting wound up. Does the ballerina act up the far sideline? They'll say he stepped out at the 39, a gain of 16.
We've mentioned it a couple times there in the first half. Another good formation run. So they send trips to the side closest to the bottom of the screen, and they just run away from the extra defenders right around the outside edge.
Quick snap, Wright, third straight carry. This time the hole closes quickly, and he'll get a yard. And that'll be it. Surrounded by Huntington Highlanders on that particular run. Marcus Henderson was there to make the stop, along with Walter Williams III.
Second down and 9.
Yards, second down and 9. Shockey looks to the sidelines. He has trips receivers, and we're going to have a marker down, and play clock is at 0. South's coaches are saying that it was never reset properly.
Can't imagine they've had many delay of game calls this year, have they, with the pace that they run at?
Dead ball. Delay a game. On the offense. 5 yards. Still second down.
Again, in high school, 40-second clock, and it starts once the ball is spotted on the previous play. So that did seem like a pretty quick 40. All right, South penalized 5 yards. Second down, 14. Shockey, first run of the third quarter, and the hole closes, and a marker comes in the backfield, the offensive backfield. After a gain of 3 for Shockey. And that's thrown in the area of holding. I mentioned South's penalty woes, and they're starting to flare up again.
Hold it. On the offense, number 59. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Maddox Rader, the left tackle. The call on that holding penalty, so South will get the down over, but the ball goes all the way back, Brad, to the 21.
Yeah, and you know, they've been so explosive all season. They've been able to overcome those penalties, but in a game like this, when it's so tight and every play matters, that could come back to get them.
Second and 28. Shockey, quick throw to Cyrus Trawl, and he is hit by Harris, breaks free, breaks another tackle, has it out to the 31-yard line.
An incredible individual play here. I think Harris thought the hit, and he delivered a big one. I think he thought Traw was going to go down off the hit, didn't wrap him up. Traw kept going to make positive yards out of that.
Had a late flag come down as well after the play. A couple of players tied up at the end of Cyrus Traw's run to the 31.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 5 in the offense. The down counts. 3rd down.
That's on Turner Garrettson, and that's a dead ball, so South will not get the down over. It'll be 3rd down.
You know, potentially huge in a couple of ways here. One of them being Travis field position starting to flip here a little bit. Parkersburg South keeps going backwards, and if they have to punt on this possession, they're going straight into that stiff wind. This could be a very costly couple of penalties there.
3rd and 32. They have to get the ball out to their own 49-yard line for a 1st down. Shockey. High pass, just a great catch by Garrettson. And it'll go in the books as a 7-yard gain, and it'll just set up a punt. But what a great catch there by Garrettson to fully extend and get 2 hands to squeeze him.
Yeah, it really was a great catch. Might have saved an interception, too. There were 2 Huntington defensive backs waiting right behind him if that had got through Garrettson's hands. Now watch out for this punt here, Travis. That wind is really kicking.
Shockey drops the punt. Here comes the pressure, and Shockey was hit. A flag is out. On the return is Harris, and he'll bring it to the 43. Now if that's running into the kicker, it's only 5 yards, and again, it's the plant foot. If you hit the plant foot, that's the 15. If you hit the kicking leg, it's 5. And I believe it's just the 5-yard penalty. So Huntington would have the ball on their own 44 if South declines the penalty. Or they can scoot up 5 yards and re-kick it.
5. Penalties decline. 1st down, Huntington.
Yeah, it's a good decision because I tell you what, even though he got hit, that was a great punt. It was low and end over end to give it that roll at the end. That's about as good as you can do from where he was punting it, given that wind situation.
That's a South drive stymied by penalties. Huntington will have the ball at the 44-yard line with 8:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Huntington High School leading 7-3 after the Shockey punt. Highlanders have it when you come back.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Farmers and Mechanics Insurance knows West Virginia, and we understand how much all of our high school teams and athletes mean to the communities that we have served for more than 100 years. That's why we're proud of our partnership with the West Virginia SSAC. Their commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship is the key to future success. Protecting what matters most to you. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, a proud partner of the West Virginia SSAC.
Welcome to your home among the hills. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, you'll unearth new passions, be exposed to fresh perspectives, and find what drives you. This place of discovery is where you can become a scientist, a leader, an athlete, a performer, a friend. Opportunities include research, internships, and study abroad. Plus, our vibrant community makes for experiences you'll never forget. Discover yourself at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
8:12, 3rd quarter. Huntington with the ball, 7-3. Kind of idle and momentum here in this second half of play. Huntington will have the ball for the second time. They had to punt on their opening possession. Kind of idle and momentum here in this second half of play. Laco back to work. Fakes the pitch out. He is going to throw it and throw it deep. And that wind took that ball and took it right to the right. And incomplete. Looking for Marshall Christus. And he was open. But again, the wind, as you can see in the pine trees in the end zone, they're really affecting throws.
He was open, but you can see the path he takes there. You're exactly right. Pulled it to the right. Just a little past his outstretched hands.
Second down and 10. Gavin Locko now 9 of 17, 47 yards. This is definitely not a passer's afternoon. Shockey 58 yards through the air. Play clock's at 7. Locko keeps it, runs right into Garrettson. And they'll put him down after a gain of a yard.
Yeah, they tried some motion there to get some of those linebackers to slide, but they didn't. There was a lot of traffic in the middle of the line right there.
South's defense has been up against it twice here in this third quarter because, as you can see, points are going to be at a premium here in this game. And the Highlanders have not been able to convert on their first third down opportunity in the third quarter. Here's their second, 3rd down and 9. Locko throws it, sails high over Harris's head and incomplete with a lot of traffic there in the middle of the field.
And he had time to throw, saw his receiver the whole way. Ball just took off in the wind. What a great job by Parkersburg South. Think what had just happened there. They had backed all the way up inside the 20, having to kick into the wind. Not only do they get it away and put it into Huntington territory, now they get to stop and they're getting it right back.
Snap back to Wilson. Dual safeties back for the first time for South, and Trawl calls for the fair catch and takes it at the 18-yard line. 7:18 to play in the third quarter. Parkersburg South's defense gets the stop, and the Patriot offense will have the ball back, looking to try to get something going here midway through the third quarter. Huntington on top of Parkersburg.
Ready?
It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
At Glenville State University, you can discover friends to last a lifetime, professors who broaden your perspective, and the skills and education for future success in a small town environment. At Glenville State University, you can become a pioneer.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan is a proud partner with the West Virginia SSAC and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Parkersburg South with the ball back. Is it Cyrus Trawl time?
I think it needs to be, right? The most dynamic player on that offensive side. Shockey's been bottled up. I look to find number 1 here in any way I can. Throw it, run it, however you need to get him the ball.
Start with a handoff to Walker. He'll roll over the 25. That's not a bad option either. Flag down at the end of the play as well. During the play, looks like there's going to be a hold on Huntington. It goes to the 29, but this will come back on a Huntington hold, I believe.
Yeah, Tristan Walker, the receiver, out on the edge.
On the offense,
Sorry, South.
number 10. 10 yards from the spot of foul. First down.
You know, Walker's another kid. We've had a common theme here so far through 2 games. He's a great wrestler as well. Getting some next level looks. You get a look here, and We got number 3 right there on the hold of Harris. So again, the penalties continue to mount for South. That wipes out a 10-yard gain and sets us back to where we were, first and 10 at the 18-yard line. South averages 11 penalties per game. Shockey, short throw, and Walker will make a dive at the 23-yard line on the short gainer of 5. Interesting to see how these quarterbacks adjust to this wind, because they've both seen that it's affecting the deep ball throw game. Wright takes that handoff, runs into Harris, and it takes 4 Highlanders to stop his forward progress, and he'll have a first down to the 29 on the Gage Wright run.
It was a great job by Wright just to hold on to the ball. You mentioned all the Highlanders that were around him. Harris was specifically going for the strip right there, just couldn't dislodge it. And here's the fast tempo, Travis, after the first down.
Wright went over 100 yards on that last carry. This is Cyrus Trawl on this carry, and he runs over a defender and push out to the 37-yard line. Lante Crawford will get credit for the stop, but Cyrus Trawl got 2 extra yards after first contact. South going fast again. Shockey fakes it, pulls it. Runs outside to the 40, shoulder down, ball's loose. Harris picks it up. They didn't blow a whistle. Harris is on the run. Harris inside the 5.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Big 6, baby!
What a hit there by
Harris. Let's go!
That has the hit and recovers the fumble out here.
Here's a look. Knee down. Ball still in Shockey's possession. The only question is, was the ball coming out prior to the knee going down? It's going to be very close. So they will come over onto the 10 and get all the angles, and we should have some pretty good looks at this one. Here's another one. Knee down there. Can't see the ball in that one. Our best look's going to be behind the end zone. The first look we had. Official review presented by the health plan. And both teams get 2 challenges, whether you're successful or not.
Ooh, that's really close, Travis. You're right. That knee is down, but is the ball starting to come out?
Remember, the call on the field was a loose ball recovered by Harris and returned for a touchdown. That's Larry McCloy to the right. He's the director of officials for the Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Jason Wilkinson is the official. And again, they have all of the same looks that we have. And as you can see, they are trying to magnify the look. And it's just going to be tough to tell if that ball was coming loose. Knee still.
And they back that up right there.
Knee down right there.
And he's got it, doesn't he, Travis?
I believe, but the Huntington player's in the way, so.
And when they roll that back, watch that, knees down right there. That knee's down and the ball's tucked. I think that's your shot right there. Knee down, ball tucked still.
All right, so again, watch
damn, that's a crazy fucking tackle.
It's down there.
And he's got that. That doesn't start to come out until he rolls over and opens himself up. I think this might get overturned, Trav.
So again, the question will be, is that ball starting to come loose when the knee is down? And as you can see, I mean, this is as tight as it gets. I mean, that's literally 2 frames. You go ahead and then the ball's coming out. So I'm sure Larry McCloy is looking for ball movement.
Well, especially as you said,
prior to the knee going down.
Because as you said, they call fumble on the field. So you've got to have this indisputable evidence to be able to overturn it. That's the look right there.
Yeah, I agree. The knee is down. The ball still secure.
He's still tucked.
Yeah, the stripping action doesn't even happen until after that knee is down on that last look. So.
And it's when Shockey opens up that the ball starts to come out there.
we're talking about this action, give credit to Jordan Price. He's number 33, who was starting to get that ball ripped out of there.
And he was ripping, and then Harris came in with a big-time hit. And obviously a massive moment in this game, as well as Huntington's defense is playing. If they have the ability to go up 13-3 or more here, huge momentum shift.
Yeah, they're taking their time, and it's understandable. I mean, this is a huge play, but as you can see, Jason Wilkinson is writing, and that tells you that they're figuring out where the ball is and where the clock will be.
Yep, agree.
So this does look like it will be a review. And let me say this, give credit to this officiating crew because they let the play go.
They did.
Instead of blowing the whistle and assuming that he was down, they let it go, and that's exactly why replay was put in here at the Super 6.
We've seen some good tosses on the replay flag. Nathan Tanner wins for quickest. I'm not sure the play was over and Tanner had that challenge flag on the field.
It's funny you said that because I looked down at him as Harris was running in, and he had it right in front of the official saying, I'm going to throw this. There he is, you can see. Yeah. This is coming out. And as you saw, full speed. I mean, that's an impossible play to officiate. So this crew did a great job letting it go. Here's the call.
After review, the call on the field has been reversed. The runner is down by contact. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. The game clock will be set 6 minutes.
Now, this is huge, obviously, for a lot of reasons. Takes points off the board for Huntington. But let's watch the momentum here. Does this switch this a little bit, give Parkersburg South a boost coming out of that big play?
All right, so after all that, it's an 8-yard gain. No, actually, it's a, let's see, ball's at the 40, so that's going to be an 11-yard gain, and that'll move the sticks. So it'll be a first down for Parkersburg South from the 40-yard line. And by the way, if you couldn't tell, there's a ton of Parkersburg South fans here.
Might be as good a crowd as we've seen in a long time up here on the home sideline.
All right, fully loaded gun for Shockey. 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Right. Tries to dance outside. Does a good job turning what looked like nothing into something, and Harris is trying to root that ball out of there. And finally the whistle blows. And we got volleys flying every which way. And it's at the 47-yard line.
That's a great one-on-one battle there. Gage Wright running it, Harris trying to strip him. It's about the 3rd time this half that they've gone one-on-one with that.
I'm sure Gage Wright is thinking, somebody blow a whistle here.
Get these guys off me.
2nd down 3. There goes Troll. Flag comes in, and Troll will have the first down, but this will come back. This is going to be a hold on Parkersburg South. Trying to get around the edge, and that's a long time to ask your lineman to hold blocks there.
Hold it. On the offense, number 10. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
Mason Reeves on the hold out on the flank. Really could have gotten one there on the lineman.
That's when I was motioning hold to you. I thought they were going to get it on the edge of the line there, so a couple different opportunities. They're starting to move Trout along the line. They put him in the slot, and he's been back at the running back position the last 3, so they're really moving him, trying to get him active here.
Middle screen, and a great defensive play as Wright goes down, but his knee never hit. He's still upright, and we might have a Huntington challenge here. Locker runs him out of bounds, down around the 40-yard line.
And Billy Seals motioning for his guys to get back. Let's hurry up. He knows Parkersburg South is going to go fast here. Great hit.
Hey, he was on his back.
It's a great play.
I think Billy Seals saw it, so he didn't throw the challenge flag because of that. Shockey rolls out looking for the throwback. He lets it go. Dangerous toss. It's incomplete. Down at the 46-yard line. That was read all the way by Jackson. And he was a step away from maybe intercepting that one.
Yeah, I think Shockey expected that to be more open than it was. Wayne Harris came with just an inch away from picking that ball off.
At second down and 10 after Shockey's incomplete. Pass to the 45. Handoff again to Wright, and Huntington really attacking, running downhill defensively. Gets right down at the 42 for a gain of 3. It's third down and 7.
Jackson.
Gage Wright, you can see hands on his knees trying to catch his breath. They've been using him a lot here this drive.
South just one third down conversion. Shockey tries to convert it. Steps inside a tackler. He'll have a first down. Drug down to the 33-yard line. Tackled by Garrett. And Robert Shockey gets it done on third down with his legs.
That's a great job by Shockey on the edge. That's Zaza Jackson that comes up. Looks like he's in possession to make the play. Just right over top of him with Shockey.
Trawl handoff. Short corner. He'll be taken down at the 21 as South now picking it up in chunks, and here comes a late marker on Laco's tackle of Cyrus Trawl.
You know, Traw really shows off his toughness, doesn't he? With his build, you'd think in his ability, he'd be inclined to go around guys. He's trucked about 3 different Huntington defenders today.
A late flag came down, and judging by Cyrus Trawl's body language, it's on him. Maybe some post-play conversation.
Dead ball. Taunting. The offense. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Again, Parkersburg South can't get out of their own way with these penalties.
Damn.
Laco. And just Trawl took
That was Gavin?
exception to the tackle along the sideline and said something that the official heard.
Yo, what is he doing on a football team? Get him on a wrestling team. God damn. He's so happy.
Ball start on South. Trent Williams came out of the stance.
That'll be the 9th penalty now on Parkersburg South.
Dead ball. False start. On the offense. Number 69. 5 yards. First down.
I'll say this, if South scores on this drive, it'll be the most interesting, topsy-turvy drive they've had all season. I mean, think about it.
Now, conversely, if they don't score on this, you're going to look right back to this with all these penalties and say that's what killed you on this possession. There's another one.
Huntington was trying to take a timeout, and the umpire threw a flag, and this is going to be the 10th Parkersburg South penalty.
False start. On the offense. Number 67. 5 yards. First down.
Now Nathan Turner is going to take a timeout. Nathan Tanner will take a timeout for South to try to settle his team down.
Yeah, this was a drive, Travis, that not only was promising, then turned into a high likelihood of points. Now they've marched all the way back following the taunting penalty and 2 straight false starts.
You know, here's the thing, Brad. When you look at those numbers and you see 10 penalties to 1, 100 yards plus to 5, it'll lead you to think, okay, well, the officials are only calling this one way, but South's done this all year. They average 11 penalties for over 100 yards, and they have had, multiple games where the opposition has not been penalized or has been penalized very few and lopsided to what they are. As a matter of fact, looking at their numbers, they've had at least 10 penalties in every game before this season.
Well,
so think how this team, how good they could be if they would eliminate the mistakes.
Well, and I think that's the thing. We mentioned this. As they've gone all year with all these points in the scoring, it hasn't really hurt them. They've been able to overcome it. In a game like this, when you've got 3 points and every possession matters and you keep going backwards on this possession, this could be the difference between winning a state title and not, Travis.
So Nathan Tanner takes that timeout to settle the troops here. 1st and 20. Shockey, Trawl, dropped it, incomplete. It was a forward pass. Dwayne Harris, what do I got to do to get a scoop and score here on this drive? He had it again, ready to set sail.
Well, I like the play call there. You're trying to get it in the hands of Traw. It should be an easy pitch and catch, and there is a soft cushion out here. If Traw can catch that and get upfield, he's got a chance for some yardage. Just couldn't complete the first part of that.
And second down, 20. Play clock is at 20, so not a factor. Shockey steps up, throws over the middle. High throw, incomplete, looking for Trawl. Locko is in coverage down at the 23-yard line.
You can see how much attention he attracts across the middle. That's a tough pass. Shockey with time to throw it, but there's about 4 Huntington defenders all around him there. Almost nothing but white shirts in the middle of that field.
Longest reception we've had in this game for South has been 14 yards. That deep pass game for neither team, just wind affected today. Shockey rolls out on 3rd and 20. To the outside. Here he is trying to keep the play alive, and now is just going to heave it out of bounds. Great coverage downfield. Cyrus Trawl was locked up with Avante Crawford, and Shockey just couldn't find anybody to unload it to, and now he'll have to punt the football.
Well, now you're hoping if you're Parkersburg South, kicking into this stiff wind, can you get another low liner, get some roll, hope to pin Huntington, and then force a 3-and-out or a punt, and maybe flip the field with some field position here. That's a disappointing drive, though. Nathan Tanner's going to look back at that and be incredibly disappointed that didn't turn into points.
They're picking up chunks and chunks before they committed the 3 penalties in a row. Shockey, effective punt. Inside the 10 at bounds, and South all over it.
Perfect.
Will touch it down at the 7-yard line.
Perfect. Saw how he kept it low right through that wind, got it inside the 5-yard line. Excellent. Can't do it better than that.
3:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And a scoreless 3rd thus far. Huntington gets the ball back, but the worst starting field position of the football game. Locko back to work, 9 of 18, 47 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Zaza Jackson, 42 yards rushing. Locko has got 56 yards on 11 carries with a long of 18. Fully loaded gun. Handed off to Jackson. And Jackson will bring it over the 10 out to the 14-yard line. Gerhardt is able to get his arm across him. Knock him down. Gain of 7.
And the South of the Patriots, 2nd of 3, gain of 7. Ball to the 14.
Now, if you're Huntington, you're just doing what you've done all game. Take your time, run some clock, try and choose some yards here.
Another carry. Trying to get Jackson greased up here and run, topple in there. Ball came out. Whistles are blowing. And here comes a flag. And so they ruled Jackson down, and then that would have picked up a Huntington first down, but then we have the post-play flag that comes out. South's convinced this is on Huntington, and Huntington's backing up. So we'll get it all sorted out here.
After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, number 29. The result of the play was a first down, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Christian Saunders picks up the penalty. So first down counts, ball goes back to the 9, it's 1st and 10. 2:36 to play, and here's a look at it. They're just trying to root for that football in there.
A little extracurricular activity there.
Locko goes empty. Runs a speed option, and he rolls over the 15-20, tripped up at the 24-yard line.
That's a big hole there on the right side. He just turns it up. Great play there by Gage Wright. Saved an even bigger game with the dive at the ankles. That's a big gain right there, Travis, too. Getting out from behind the shadow of your end zone. Give them some breathing room.
Under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. And Off to Jackson on the hand sweep. He breaks a tackle. He's loose. Breaks another. Crosses midfield. The chase is on.
Let's go, baby!
Inside the 25. Corner. No flags. Touchdown Highlanders.
What a run. What a great move there to shake just a few yards past the line of scrimmage. And then you saw the Jets just running away from the Parkersburg South defense. Watch this cut right there.
Built different.
Left Turner Garrettson grasping at air there. That was a heck of a plant your foot and cut. And then it's just a foot race to the end zone.
Just a sophomore, and watch him take a great angle right there. Used all of the field to maintain the separation. Left himself just enough space to step in the pylon. Here's the extra point from Johnny Ii. It's up. It's good. So the Highlanders score their first touchdown with just a minute plus remaining in the opening quarter. They score their second with 95 seconds remaining in the third to take a 14-3 lead. And now Parkersburg South, this next drive is crucial.
Massive. And South is going to go back and look at that previous drive filled with penalties on an opportunity where they could have got some points, potentially grabbed the lead. Now down 2 scores after Zaza Jackson with just an incredible big-time play.
The last realistic shot they had was on Whitby's dive and swipe.
He better get some sloppy tonight.
Jackson takes it 77 yards for the touchdown. And he's in deep thought on the sideline.
Caught his breath quickly, too. He said, give me the ball, I'll do that again. Now you breathe hard, Travis.
Ready to go back out on defense. And I had to kick off. Again, he's got the wind at his back here. It is blowing. As you view it at the back of Johnny Ii, but is blowing at an angle towards the south sideline.
You know, that wind is blowing, as you mentioned there, this direction, kind of that back left corner. You think Zaza used that? Was that wind aided at all with his speed, or was that just all straight in? That's an unofficial record because of the wind?
Little jet stream at his back there.
I don't know. He's pretty fast without the wind.
Well, this always makes me nervous. Watch too many peanuts.
Who are you nervous for, the kicker or the guy holding it?
The holder. Don't kick my finger, buddy.
Well, don't let it go too early either. It's a delicate balance there.
Yeah, don't pull it off the tee. Ii's kick. Fielded at the 5-yard line. On a return is Reams. He'll get it out over the 25. Finally wrestled down at the 27. Well, Parkersburg South all season long, when they've needed it, they have found the offensive magic. And they've got to capture that again here on this drive with 1:27 to play. Nathan Turner, this is the drive of the season for the former head coach at Martinsville, Virginia High School. Also spent some time at Childs High School in Summers County. Played his college ball at Concord. 1:27 in the third. Start with a handoff to Wright. Gets a nice block, gets outside the numbers. He'll step it off at the 34-yard line.
Watch this replay. I'm not sure what Wright is doing, but he takes that handoff with one hand, had another hand up on his face mask. I'm not sure I've ever seen him watch this. He took it with one hand.
There he was. Shockey runs it out at the 40. Shouldered out by Harris at the 43 officially. Well, you know, South plays fast. Wright doesn't even have time to put his mouthpiece in.
Yes. Pretty impressive. Sometimes hard enough to make that exchange with two hands, let alone one.
All right, 1:15, and here comes a marker. South's seen this movie before.
That was a disjointed play from the beginning.
False start on the offense. Number 1, 5 yards, first down.
It's on Cyrus Trawl. Yep, left way early.
And there it is again. 2 successful plays, you're moving the sticks, and boom, you're hit with another penalty to break that momentum.
Charles scored a touchdown in the last 15 straight games. Wright takes the handoff, gets it out to the 41-yard line. Gain of just 3. That'll set up second down and 12. Under a minute, Parkersburg South needing points. They dump it off. Wright tries to make a one-handed catch. You're probably better off that he dropped it, because that play was going nowhere. It sets up a third down where South just does not look crisp offensively.
Good job by Huntington there with the pressure, forcing Shockey to just dump it off instead of looking downfield.
Third down and 12.
Traw against Harris down here at the boundary side of the field.
South just 2 of 8 on third downs. Play clock at 5. Shockey steps up, surveys, they spy him, throws it over the middle. Great catch at the 50. Missed tackle, trying to dance towards the lead stick is Walker. He'll have it to the 49. He's going to be 3 yards short with 36 seconds remaining. There's a flag down across the field. Back at the 39-yard line. That's 2 yards in the backfield. What a great catch there from Tristan Walker. His 36th catch of the season.
It's going to be another one on Parkersburg here.
Yeah, Billy Seals says back him up.
There are 2 fouls in the play, both by the offense. Ineligible man downfield, number 3. Illegal touching, number 3. That penalty includes loss of down, 5 yards from the previous spot, 4th down.
A great catch by Tristan Walker. Unfortunately for Parkersburg South, he was covered up on the play, so he was not eligible. And that includes a loss of down, so South is going to have to punt with 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
That's a tough break there, too, because you were within 4th and manageable there with a chance to go for it. Now you're backed up even further, having to punt yet again into this win.
Well, the wind is, you can see the ball was spotted and it rolled a yard. Bring it over to the near side. So there's another look. There's Walker. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to go out for a pass there. He was in for protection. But on that scramble drill, he's trying to help out his quarterback. Shockey's punt. Boy, look at that. It hits the wind and goes right out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 13 yards on the punt.
In his previous 2, he'd been able to get more of the line drive variety. That one started up in the air, and as you mentioned, it just ran right into that wind wall.
29 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Huntington High School really do some damage to South's comeback hopes on this drive. Leading 14-3. Lost in the state championship game a year ago to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Snap back to Locko. Locko had to wait to secure it, then he gets outside and steps out at the 50-yard line.
That's a great play by Locko. One, just to come up with the ball off the low snap, and then that heavy pressure. He just avoids it and gets outside, turns that into a positive gain rather than a 5-yard loss.
Whipke missed the tackle in the backfield, and that's just a sign. How many plays have we seen today where the quarterback from either side has looked dead in the water, and they've been able to turn it into something positive? Gain of 6. Locko pushes it out to Jackson. And Jackson is going to be hit and denied, getting around the corner. Dylan Fleet came over. And made that tackle for loss on a loss of a yard.
Another low snap there. Lockow handles it well, gets the quick pitch. Great job by Parkersburg South. Stringing out Jackson, just had nowhere to go.
Robbie Martin used to bring those snaps up. End of the third quarter, but Huntington High School finds themselves 1 quarter away from the school's first state championship. 14-3. Huntington High School defense getting the job done against a great South offense.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
In a busy world filled with so many choices, some choices can be simple, like choosing your insurance company. When something bad happens, we want a company with stability and experience. That's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. Since 1877, Farmers and Mechanics has provided West Virginians reliable protection for all their insurance needs. The rock-solid guard of protection for over 140 years. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Zaza Jackson's touchdown run, the only scoring in that third quarter. Huntington takes a 14-3 lead into the fourth quarter. Highlanders from Cabell County trying to win their first ever football state championship. 3rd down and 5. Laco looks, surveys, dumps it. Graves makes the catch, breaks a tackle, dives down to the 34-yard line.
Great awareness by Laco there. Brings it to the outside. Was going to try and run that. Faced with pressure on the side. Just pulls up. Little touch pass over the edge.
Nice little safety valve to Graves. The sophomore running back who has a touchdown catch in this game.
Travis, now if you're Parkersburg South, as Huntington continues to march, it would be a great time for a turnover. You got to get in there and try and strip that ball loose.
Laco's thrown 1 interception. Huntington got just 1 turnover. Here's Laco. He'll be run down by the defensive tackle, Dyson Wagner. He's a sophomore. Pulls down Laco after a yard gain. 2nd down and 9. 11:05 remaining. Huntington leads 14-3. South took a 3-0 lead. Huntington has scored a touchdown in the second and a touchdown in the third. Laco, quarterback run, has the first down. Ball, attempted strip. They've come loose, but it came right back into Laco's belly at the 19-yard line on that attempt by Robert Shockey.
On the play itself.
Again with the motion there, trying to hold the linebackers and get the eyes in a different spot, opens up that big running lane for Laco.
The ball never came out. Shockey attempted. Starting to see South's body language. Shoulders are dropping, and we're seeing the Patriots starting to miss tackles.
They've got to be tired, Travis. That's a lot of important guys on both sides of the ball here. They've been playing a lot today.
1st and 10 from the 19. Highlanders get it to Jackson. Already has a touchdown run in the game, and a good job to shoulder him down at the 19-yard line. And that'll be no gain on the play on the tackle for Tristan Walker. Second down and 10. Clock will wind to 9:40. Now South, obviously 2-possession game, and they've only got 2 timeouts remaining. They had to burn one offensively.
Second down and 10.
2 drives ago when they were falling apart with the penalties.
And Huntington doing a nice job here, taking their time getting the play in, huddling up. And Laco will stare at this clock now inside of 5 before they snap it.
South, run blitz, Jackson, Whipke, able this time to hang on to him, pulling down at the 18-yard line. No gain, third down and 9.
Keep this in mind, this isn't an easy field goal try. If you have to go down this way into this wind, you're sitting what right now, a 35, 36-yarder? They don't pick up any more yards?
At this point, anything that involves the ball being more than 5 yards off the ground is risky.
This might be 4-down territory just because of that.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game now. Field goal makes it 2 possessions still. Although South has to score 2 touchdowns. Laco rolls out. Trying to get some blocking. Doesn't develop. Flag comes in. This is going to be a hold, and Laco is set down at the 20-yard line. Now, Nathan Tanner has a decision here. Do you take the penalty and push him back to the 30, but give him the down over? And, of course, lose another 40 seconds off the clock? Or you decline it and risk Huntington either going for it on third down and 10 and a half, or trying a 37-yard field goal from Johnny Aya.
During the play, personal foul, number 73 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal, third down.
Wow, that's a killer.
Wow.
Yeah, that was thrown away from the play. And where 9 out of 10 times that's holding, but instead it's a personal foul on Parkersburg South. Now, again, not an automatic first down in that situation in high school, so they go half the distance to the goal. It's still not a first down, but it's third down and a yard.
Well, it changes the equation significantly. You were talking about the decision Nathan Tanner had to make. Either one of those was good for Parkersburg South. Now you're in a third and short to keep this clock running.
Third and 1 from the 11. Graves gets it. He falls to the 10.
That's close. That might be short, Travis.
I think it is. Short by a half yard. It is. Fourth down and half a yard.
I'd go for it here if I'm Billy Seals, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Milk the play clock down if you like. Take a timeout. And make your decision. They're a half yard away from the 10-yard line.
You've got a quarterback that can run it with power. You've got one of the best linemen in the state that he is right behind in Robbie Martin. And you need, what, less than a yard? Half a yard, maybe?
There's the timeout. 7:15 remaining. What do you think? You seeing some...
No, I thought I saw some movement over there. I think they're going to go for it.
All right, big decision here for Huntington. Parkersburg South needs a stop in the worst way.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Wouldn't it be nice to start your day with a homemade breakfast and a freshly ground whole bean roasted cup of coffee? Well, at Tudor's Biscuit World, every day starts with freshly cracked eggs, sizzling bacon and sausage, and you can't forget the mouth-watering made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits, hot from the oven.
Stop by today and enter to win a Ford F-150 or $100 Tudor's gift card. No purchase necessary.
Looks great, tastes better. Tudor's Biscuit World.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi. Get power, safety features, and bold style, plus an industry-leading 10-year warranty. Check out the all-new Outlander PHEV, or drive a 2023 Outlander today, starting at $27,595. Let's go to the year-end sales event at Thornhill Mitsubishi.
All right, 4th down and inches, and Huntington with the offense out there as we play midway through the 4th quarter. 7:15 remaining. Huntington leads by 11. Jackson in the backfield with Locko. Pitch out to Jackson, running wide. Missed tackle, he'll have the first down. Boy, that was close. Tristan Walker got maybe a hand and a half on him.
I get it. There's a lot of traffic up the middle with Lockow behind Martin, so they try to go to Zaza around the outside. That was position-wise, Parkersburg South was right there. That's just an athletic play by Jackson to get around the defender.
1st and goal, ball at the 6 against South. I'll remind you, just 2 timeouts remaining. Brad, you're getting into a situation here for South. You have to have a turnover. Any points here going to make it extremely tough. Graves in the backfield now. Locko gives it to him. Nice cut back. Walk in. Touchdown for Graves. There's another look at Graves. Boy, this is bad news for AAA. Graves and Zaw Jackson, both 10th graders.
Graves really in this last drive, you've seen him come on. He had that nice reception here on the dump off pass, picked up yardage, and right there the easy touchdown.
Johnny I's extra point is good. 7:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. And the Huntington Highlanders can start to feel it. The team that knocked out Martinsburg, getting back to the Super 6 for the 2nd consecutive year. And they're 7 and some change away from a title.
Looking for a wide selection of casual sportswear that's both stylish and comfortable? Then come to Daniels of Morgantown. Styles for the golf course, the game, or just hanging out with family and friends. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown.
Shopping pre-owned? Know this. Mountaineer Ford Pre-Owned and Mountaineer Crab Orchard have over 400 pre-owned vehicles available, including a huge selection of four-wheel drive trucks, all-wheel drive SUVs, and luxury sedans. Mountaineer has the vehicle you want at a price you want to pay. Credit approval is easy, and most vehicles come with a balance of a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So shop Mountaineer's 2 great locations, Mountaineer Ford Pre-Owned and Mountaineer Crab Orchard, or shop them online at mountaineerautos.com. That's mountaineerautos.com.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Par-Mar store. From gas to groceries, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Par-Mar stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Par-Mar stores, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near
The right suit or sport coat speaks volumes about the person wearing it. At Daniels of Morgantown, we know what makes you look your best. The right fit, the right color, the right style, no matter what the occasion. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown.
Touchdown from Graves, and Huntington has scored a touchdown in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter of this game to take a 21-3 lead.
Well, you really saw these last 2 possessions for Huntington as what has done it. The possession before, 4 plays, 93 yards, the big Zaza Jackson run. And then this last drive, Travis, 10 plays, 56 yards, chewed up 5.5 minutes on the clock from Huntington.
Now you look at Parkersburg South, last 3 drives, Brad, have been punt, punt, punt. Fumble, fumble, and went on downs. If you want to go back to the last 6 possessions for this South offense, it's been an impressive performance for Huntington's defense.
Well, that's exactly right. That's the story of this. If they end up holding on here and winning this state title, it will be because of what the defense did today against this explosive Parkersburg South offense.
Trawl on a line drive run up. Takes it center of the field, has it over the 30. Trawl to the 35. South needs quick points. Trawl with the kicker to beat. Blows by him, slows up, steps out at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's big. We just said in the break, not only does Parkersburg South need to score, obviously they need to do it fast. Look for Trout with a big play, and he gives it to you right here in special teams. What great vision. Cuts to the outside and very nearly takes this all the way to the house.
Credit 81, Miles Metters. Getting enough of Cyrus Trawl to get him on the chalk. From the 25, Shockey is back. Runs up into the pocket. Shockey is hit. He ping-pongs around and will take it down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, there's the Shockey we've seen all season, right, Travis? Looked for the pass. It wasn't there. He immediately tucks it. Ping-pongs through there. Picks up a first down.
And a flag down. 2 flags down on the play. South went fast, but again made a mistake pre-snap.
It's just been the story of their day, hasn't it?
It's been the story of their season. I mean, they have really had success despite being one of the most heavily penalized teams in the state.
Dead ball. False start. On the offense. Number 66. 5 yards. First down.
The difference today, though, it's been the 1 step forward, 2 back. During the season, they've been able to overcome that. Today, they just haven't been able to.
This offense in the postseason, 78, 58, 58 points. Today, 3. First and 15 from the 19. Shockey in the pocket. Pressure comes. Shockey sack, loses the ball. It's recovered by Huntington at the 24-yard line. They were on Shockey, and he never had a chance as he got hit, lost it, and Gavin Atkins recovers it. That is South's 4th turnover of the afternoon.
That's just great pressure off the edge. It was 33 Jordan Price that blew by the blocker and then delivered the big hit, knocking that ball loose.
.6:22 to play. Huntington in control, leading 21-3. Going to have a challenge flag thrown by South head coach
Is challenge the
Nathan Tanner, and basically this is just a Hail Mary challenge, hoping that Shockey was down, but he was not. So this will stand. This will be a quick review.
What a great individual play there by Price. Blew right by the blocker and then delivered a big hit. This comes right off the edge. Yeah, that ball's out.
Yeah, not sure that it matters in the grand scheme of things, but that is South's last challenge in this game. We have 2, whether you're successful or not. Just a great hit. Came on the hit. Arm got in there from Jordan Price and knocked the ball away from Shockey. His 2nd fumble of the afternoon.
That defense has just been there all day. Held Parkersburg South to just 2 of 8 on 3rd down. Created all of those turnovers. Been fantastic.
Huntington football.
Huntington will take it over at the 25-yard line. First down and 10. 6:22 to play. The Highlanders trying to win their first ever state championship. First back-to-back state championship appearances in the new school's history. Of course, the old school, the Huntington Pony Express, played in the 64 and 66 state championship games. Came up short. We're 2 for 2 on the island this weekend, and runners-up last year, winning state championships this year if Huntington hangs on here.
I'm not sure that's coincidence.
That bodes well for Williamstown.
It does, and I think that you can link those things together. It means something here to get here on back-to-back years. You know what it's all about. You know what the hoopla is about. You know what to expect. So I don't think that's a coincidence. The two runners up from last year. One winner already at Independence. Huntington in great shape in this one.
Gage right on that run, loses a yard. Played perfectly by Wright on Jackson's run. Holds that to a yard loss. Second down and 11. Clock winds to 5:50. Taking up Williamstown and the Mavericks of James Monroe. That's another 1-2 matchup. Coming up tonight, 7 o'clock here in the Island.
And that's one where you would expect a defensive battle between those two great defenses, so we'll probably get a 60-57 shootout in that one, Trav.
Of course. Laco, cut back, and just goes down at the 43-yard line. Avoids the hit, and just wants to keep that clock running. Well, the South Side fans showed out today, but they're starting to hit the exits. The good news is for Parkersburg South, you look at a lot of these names: Shockey, Wright, Garrettson, Tristan Walker, Dylan Fleek, all juniors up front where they suffer their losses. As 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen are seniors. If you got Shockey next year, you got a chance. Hand off to Graves, massive hole, and he'll take the ball for 9 yards down to the Parkersburg South 48-yard line.
You mentioned it earlier, what a luxury. Saw Jackson with the big game. He had 14 carries, and then you turn around here in the last couple of drives when you can see Parkersburg South is tired, and you give it to the big back in Graves. You saw the burst right there through the line. Get some fresh legs in there.
2 backs over 100 yards this afternoon for Huntington. Jackson 129. Laco's gone for 107.
You mentioned earlier, Graves just a sophomore.
Yeah, Jackson too. For Huntington, they've got the same situation up front though for their 5 seniors. Jackson takes off far sideline, breaks a tackle, up the far sideline he goes, and he is knocked out of bounds. Official down on the play as well. He's okay, and a step out at the 12-yard line.
It's a great job by the offensive line. Look how far Jackson is downfield before there's a Parkersburg defender. And then he just turns the corner, and there's that speed again.
Hamilton on the shove out. Good to see the officials okay as well. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 12-yard line. Joe.
Yep, I got you.
All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 12. Graves takes the handoff. He cuts it back inside the 5, missed tackle, end zone, touchdown. 3 scores for Graves. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. And the Highlanders, with the exclamation point with 3:55 remaining, build the lead to 27-3.
There's good ball handling there by Lockout and Graves. Once the snap comes back, he just gets it over in time. Good timing. There you see the power of Graves just running through the tackle into the end zone.
A 6'1", 210 sophomore had 12 carries for 33 yards last week and a touchdown against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And he has found the end zone for the 2nd time on his 5th carry for 31 yards today for Huntington. Highlanders build the lead to 27-3. 3:55 remaining in the 4th quarter. Let's go back downstairs to Joe. All right, 3:55 remaining. Apologize, we'll try to hook up with Joe here.
Travis, that's now over 300 yards rushing for Huntington. You mentioned the 2 players over 100 individually.
Yeah, but Jackson and Laco over 100. 303 on the ground for Huntington.
And the score here isn't indicative of how close of a game this was, as now Huntington, its last 3 possessions, all ending in touchdowns.
Yeah, you go back to the third quarter in the drive where Parkersburg South, where the wheels kind of fell off for them. That was a 7-3 game, and South was on the move. But absorbed 3 consecutive penalties.
We talked about it when it was happening, but how about the numbers on that drive you're referring to for Parkersburg South? 15 plays, 38 yards. You don't see that very often.
And II's kick goes out of bounds, and Billy Seals, he had a gunner down there, and that ball was basically at his feet. He could have fell on it and recovered it. It would have gone as an onside kick, but Miles Metters was going down there trying to get his block.
Free kick out of bounds. 5 yards will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
The ball will come to the 35-yard line, 3:55 to play. First and 10, Parkersburg South. Shockey gets it to Trawl. Trawl avoids one defender. Tries to get away from the second, does. Now gives ground. Looking to pick up a block, and now reverses his ground, and finally is slung down by Harris. Going to be a loss all the way back to the 18-yard line. Now some pushing and shoving, and flags come out.
Wayne Harris.
I'm just so impressed with this Huntington defense. First guy misses, there's still another line of defense right there. There just hasn't been any openings today for Parkersburg South.
Yeah, coming at him in waves and waves.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 66 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
So Trawl loses the yardage back to the 21-yard line. Then they go half the distance on the personal foul penalty. For South with 3:34 to play. Now the clock winds again. Second down and 39. Shockey flips it into the flat. Pass caught and running out of bounds at the 16-yard line is Tyler Hall, backup running back. His first catch of the Super Six.
Forced out by Wayne Harris.
Stops the clock with 3:17 to play.
Third down and 33.
Shockey throws it. Reams catches it. He is caught and spun down at the 37-yard line by Ty.
Mason Reams.
It's Parkersburg South and a more manageable, considering that was 3rd and 33, a more manageable 4th and 11. Shockey chased, breaks a tackle, stumbles. Now looks, throws, incomplete, looking for Cyrus Trawl. And that'll turn it over on downs. And Huntington will take possession with 2:42 to play. As the Highlanders are going to avenge this loss to Martinsburg last year in the state championship game. Boy, what a day that was for the Martinsburg offense and the Clement boys.
Hudson Clement was absolutely outstanding. State record touchdowns. He did it all kinds of ways. He threw it, he caught it, he ran it. And if you remember, that was a close game in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, all heck broke loose for the second straight year for Martinsburg with the turnovers and the onside kicks, and Martinsburg rolled to another state title.
And Huntington beats Martinsburg last week in the semifinals, handing Martinsburg their first playoff loss since 2015. So what What a year this has been for Billy Seals and Huntington High School. Mountain State Athletic Conference champions for the 4th time since 2013, and they're going to have a state championship in just a couple of minutes.
Delay game on the offense. Number 3. 5 yards from the previous spot. First down.
All right, 2:42 remaining. Up the middle, Graves. And he erases that 5-yard penalty and takes the ball down to the 23-yard line.
Well, he's a load up in there, isn't he?
Oh, no doubt. Big kid. 6'1", 210. He's still growing.
Yeah, feels bigger than that even. Good speed, nothing fancy, just right up the middle there. Off tackle, cleared a lane, let him go.
South came in plus 21 on giveaway takeaways this season. And today they are -3. First and 10, Huntington, 2 minutes to play. Laco flips it out, far sideline, and an excellent job there by Jackson to do the hook slide to stay in bounds to keep the clock running. And away from the ball, we have another penalty, and we've got flags flying everywhere. We've got 3 out on this one. Cyrus Traw is coming out of the game with his helmet off.
We have fouls on both teams. Dead ball, personal foul, number 1 in the defense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 70 of the offense. That is his first towards ejection. Those penalties all set. Second down.
All right, 151. Ball will stay at the 16-yard line after the Jackson run. Final snaps of Gavin Laco's career. Certainly has made himself a very good case for the Kennedy Award and for the Metro News Player of the Year Award. Both will be announced in the coming weeks. Graves takes it down to the 9. Now, I was reminded about the Kennedy Award. The vote is in prior to the Super 6 weekend for that award. So, as they say, the horses are in the barn there.
So Judah Price's 376 yards last night don't necessarily count towards that award, is what you're saying.
Correct. The Metro News Player of the Year voting is due tomorrow, so it would count. And if you missed that last night, Judah Price set a new state championship record with rush yards, nearly put 4 Bills up in the game. On a season, oh, by the way, where he became the state's all-time scoring leader, wiping out a mark that had set for 100 years. Knee taken by Laco. He'll have to do it one more time. And Billy Seals turns and for the first time is able to relax and acknowledge the Huntington High School fans that made the trip up from Cabell County. And Billy gets a good bat, too. Laco takes a knee and then falls to his back in celebration. The senior quarterback who has started since his sophomore year at Huntington High School leads the Highlanders to their first ever football state championship as Huntington defeats the Patriots of Parkersburg South 28-3 here this afternoon at Wheeling Island Stadium, and they did it with an outstanding defense.
What a really impressive performance. You just said it right there. To hold this Parkersburg South offense that had been scoring 65 points a game to just 3 today. What a defensive effort by Huntington.
Go back a long time to find out the last time that Shockey and Trawl and company did not score a touchdown in a game. Amazing effort this afternoon by the Highlanders of Huntington. 28-3, the final score in Class AAA. And again, the situation where the runner-up from last year gets the job done. 2 for 2. And this one a mild upset as Huntington, by the seeds, the number 2 seed to Parkersburg South, number 1. But there was no doubting that you could flip a coin on that one, particularly after what Huntington was able to do last week against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. What an enjoyable game and a great effort for both of these ball clubs here today. Hard fought, win certainly affected the game. There's no doubt about that as it continues to whip up here. And it affected the passing games, but certainly did not affect the defenses. Gavin Lacco, the senior quarterback, caps his outstanding Huntington career with a state championship victory. Had a touchdown pass this afternoon, his 34th on the season, and he's with our own Joe Mercado.
Gavin, late in the first half, you get a turnover and then a touchdown. How important was that sequence there to take the lead into the halftime with you?
I'll be completely honest. I don't really remember that. I remember we scored first time. That was huge. I mean, holding them to 3 points. Shout out to the defense. You see late in that game, we all tired. The O-line, man, pushing them 5 yards off the ball. Deandrick Graves running so hard, man. Shout out to the coach, CJ Seals. Everybody stepped up. I'm so proud of my guys.
What were the keys to running the ball so effectively, especially in the second half?
Well, I felt like we had to change the scheme a little bit. Like, first half, they did some different things, so we switched it up, went to Deandrick. I mean, that man was killing. One man wasn't going to take him down.
I know last year you left this field very disappointed. What does it mean to you to get a state championship to cap your high school career?
Man, I've thought about this every single day since that day. I don't have any words, man. It's crazy. It's great. I've never felt worse than leaving that stadium. I'm happy I'm not leaving like that.
Congratulations, Gavin.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Lacco saw his numbers affected by the win today, and the pass game certainly didn't affect his running. 17 carries, 107 yards, 6.3 yards per rush. And he mentioned Jackson and also Deandrick Graves, who had 3 touchdowns on the afternoon.
Well, and you heard the emotion there. And you had mentioned earlier about the 2 runners-up being the champions this year. We heard that from Independence last night, those 19 seniors remembering that bad taste, wanting to get back. You heard that right there for Lacco. He's been thinking about that since last year.
And Huntington gets the state championship trophy. Player of the Game award going to Gavin Lacco, who again had an outstanding game today, nearly 200 yards of total offense in this one, as Huntington wins 28-3 and sends Billy Seals home with his first state championship in 14 seasons at Huntington. He's with Joe.
Coach, late in the first half, you get a turnover and then a score. How important was it to go into the locker room up by 4?
Well, we kind of struggled there in the first half offensively, and we got some things going. Just told our guys to stay the course. They're going to make plays. They're here for a reason. Talking about Park South. We felt like if we could win the turnover battle, we can win the game. And we did a good job of that, getting some strips and getting a couple picks, and giving our offense great field position to make plays. I really think our offense warmed down in the second half. And, I'm proud of our kids, proud of our community, our school. Man, what a great day to be a Huntington Highlander.
How were you able to run the ball so effectively, particularly in the second half?
Well, I just felt like they got tired. That's kind of what we saw. We felt like they got tired. They got a bunch of guys that play both ways. And let's face it, they haven't played to play 4 quarters a whole lot this year. And so we felt like the longer the game went, the advantage it was to us playing a tough MSAC schedule every year.
Knew it was very disappointing to leave here with a loss last year. What does it mean to you to bring a state championship back to Huntington?
Well, I'm happy for our community. They've waited a long time for this one. I know they made it 2 times in the 60s. We made it in 13, lost a heartbreaker, and then last year we got taken behind the woodshed. So, I'm happy for all those. This is for the city of Huntington. This is for Huntington High School and our kids.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate you downstairs, and congratulations to Huntington High School, again, in the history of the school. This is win number 174. But it will be special for Huntington High School because it'll be the school's first ever state championship. Huntington 28-3, a pair of 100-yard rushers. Zaza Jackson 165. Laco finishes his Huntington career with 107 yards on the ground, 72 through the air. And Yedrick Graves finishes with 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving score as Huntington, with the unfinished business, comes to Wheeling and gets the job done as they defeat Parkersburg South 28-3. For Joe and Brad, this is Travis. Thanks for joining us from Wheeling, Huntington, the AAA state champions.